Welcome to Ladies of the Kitchen. I'm Maria DeRosa, founder of Ladies in the Kitchen, where we come together, and by we, I mean you and we heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually through the art of cooking. Yes, so what am I doing today? I know that many of you feel that when you substitute an ingredient for something else, it's just not going to be the same. There may be some truth to that, but when you're baking and you're creating in the kitchen healthy food, actually substitutions can be really fun, organic, and end up even tasting better than what you would have thought. So what am I substituting? I was asked this weekend to bring cupcakes for a birthday party. No cake, cupcakes. So I thought to myself, I can make them all from scratch, spend a lot of time, or I can experiment a little bit with substitutions and still have something healthy. So I am going to share with you what I came up with for substituting a homemade carrot cake muffin using a cake box. So first I investigated what cake boxes are the best. So I wanted to go easy breezy. You know, we want to do easy, we want to do healthy, and we want to keep going, all right, to where the end product can be fun. So I found this one, Duncan Hines, as far as one of the ones on the market that you can get, and it doesn't have a lot of extra added products to it. So I'm using this as my base. Put it into my container, and here's the fun part, all my substitutions. So instead of getting a cake box that had your processed carrots for your carrot cake, I got organic carrots that I shredded, and I have 2 cups worth, all right? So fresh carrots. Then instead of whole eggs, because a lot of people are dairy sensitive, I'm doing egg whites. The recipe calls for 3 eggs, so instead I substituted egg whites, and for every egg I have 4 tablespoons of egg whites. There you go. Another substitution. Instead of vegetable or canola oil, I'm using a plain Greek yogurt that's also dairy-free. You can get a vanilla flavor one, and that'll add a little bit more, sweetness to this, but this recipe is going to be awesome no matter what. And then, these aren't substitutions, but every carrot cake should have some cinnamon, fresh nutmeg, and just a tinge or a pinch of cloves. So I put all that together here, and then we have water. That's it, guys. So now I'm gonna put it together and we're gonna mix it. And the fun part is that there's no real absolute way you have to do this. But I'm gonna put the wet ingredients in first, because I think that I can then blend in my carrots easier. So I got my blender over here. I'm gonna put in my egg whites, I put in my water. I'm gonna lightly blend that. A spatula is always helpful. So I'm gonna show you this in a little while here. Cameraman will come in. So now I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna add, see, we're a little bit blended here, so the cameraman can be doing this while I'm adding my yogurt, which is a 1/2 cup. And I'm going to add my spices, nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, just a pinch on the cloves. And now we're gonna blend that, and lastly, we will have the carrots. So I have it on a low blend using the spatula. So now my yellow cake mix is smelling pretty good because of these fresh spices that I just added, and you can see the coloring is changing as well. And I'm going to do this little beating number for just a little bit under 2 minutes. You can see it's getting nice and thick. I'm gonna stop it now, and I am going to add my carrots. So we'll put those in, just dump them in. And this is where the fun part comes in. You can have one of the kids, you can have your mate, or if you don't have anybody, you can have a little music and have some fun while you're doing this, because there's no rhyme or reason as to perfection. You just gotta get your substitutions right. That's the whole key. Substitutions. And that was 2 cups of shredded carrots, organic. And you can shred them even more if you want to, but I love being able to crunch into it. And now it's kind of like a thick batter. Okay, we're gonna stop now. And while that is coming out, we're gonna go over and move all this, and we're gonna pull out our cupcake paper cups. Oops, a little bit of mess here. Always good to have a little towel to clean up after. So there we go. Now, here's a key that a lot of people don't realize. Your cupcake liner. Looks like an average cupcake thing that you can buy at any supermarket, but guess what? No. These are, if you look at the label very carefully in the corner, it says grease resistant. Now, you want one of these when you make a nice little cupcake that's gonna be for a birthday party, because what happens is your cake batter with the heat combination will stick if it doesn't have a quality cupcake liner. These are made with parchment paper, so they tend to be a little bit thicker and don't work with the heating process to cause that stickiness of the cake batter to the liner. A little bit more pricey, but you get what you pay for, just like in life, and you want that with what you're ingesting in your body. So here we go. When you're dealing with a cake batter that tends to be a little bit thick, I like to use an ice cream scoop. It's just the perfect amount, and you literally can scoop it out, and you've got your cupcake holder exactly with the amount that you want. So we got this, take it from the side. We will continue this process. When we are done with this, we are putting it into the oven at 350. The cupcakes have been in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh, yummy. Just perfect. So we're gonna put them out here. And it should make approximately 18 for the batch that we had just done, which is looking exactly what we have. And what happens next? We literally take them out and put them on a cooling rack. And we're gonna want them to cool for a minimum of half an hour, depending on the temperature in your area. It's awfully hot here where I live, so I'll probably let them rest for a good hour before I frost them. Frosting's the next step. So this is the part where you kind of take down your hair, the bobby pins can come out, the apron goes on. Frosting, the final piece of our carrot cake muffin adventure. So, what are the ingredients that we need? All right, let's go through them. There's not that many. You need 1 8-ounce cube. Back in the restaurant days, we used to call these bricks because most of our bricks were butter, cream cheese, different types of cheeses, and they always came in 8 or 16 ounces of little blocks, so we call them bricks. Bring me a brick of butter. So this is our little brick, 8 ounces. I like to use Earth Balance because it's vegan, and the way it works with baking is amazing. All right, so we need one of these. We need 1 brick, 8 ounces again, of cream cheese. And we want both of these to be softened. So you just kind of throw them in a bowl and let them sit there for about a half an hour, depending on the temperature in your particular area. In my case, it only took like 10 minutes because we're really warm right now in our city of Rancho Mirage. Then you will need some pure vanilla extract. I really am blessed to have gotten this one because it's made with the real vanilla bean, and you literally add bits of pure vodka to have it ferment. So the flavor is amazing, but make sure it's a pure vanilla extract. It'll give your frosting just an amazing touch. Then you need your final ingredient, 3 cups of powdered sugar. I like the organic 365 from Whole Foods. So that's what we need. We literally put those all into a bowl and we mix them for about 3 minutes, which I've already done, so you didn't have to listen to my mixer. And you'll notice the consistency is kind of like a nice thick whip. I love this, okay? So that is now our frosting. So we get a piping bag. I like to make a cuff out of the piping bag. So you notice I have a little cuff. I also have my apron because this can be really messy, but I bring my cuff down. And the key to doing this is literally shaking it down as you put it in. So we're gonna open up our piping bag a little bit. So now it's open, I'm holding it down here. And I'm scooping in 1 little thing of cream cheese, and I'll do 1 more maybe. And because of the weight of the cream cheese, you can literally shake it down. The tip that I'm using is called a floral tip. So I've already put that down. There's my cuff. I'm gonna hold my cuff, and now I'm gonna twist it at the top. You might get a little cream cheese at the top, which you can either wipe off with your spatula and save it for some more, or you can lick it, but we're not gonna do that. I'm using every little last drop. So now I'm ready to go. So here are our cupcakes. They sat in the refrigerator covered airtight, and I am now going to pipe one. So let's grab one. I like to start from the outside and move on in and make like a little castle top. Ta-da! Very simple. And because these are for my brother and he lives in San Clemente by the sea, we're giving him a little star from the sea. Now that is our simple, easy breezy frosting. I'm gonna do 1 more because this is what's so cool about frosting. You can do all sorts of little toppings on top of your frosting. You can do candy, you can do nuts, but since this is carrot cake, I'm going to do a few chopped walnuts, and I'm gonna do every other one with a little bit, and I'll sprinkle it on there. Put my little star in there for him. And there you guys go. Easy breezy carrot cake muffins, good to go. These will go into a box because I'm traveling. You can eat these right away, of course. You can pick up something like this, put it inside. You'll notice the lid will cover it. It's airtight, and it will make a travel, and it'll be just delicious because cupcakes you want to eat anywhere between 24 and no more than 48 hours after they've been baked for stellar flavor and taste. See you in 2 weeks at Ladies of the Kitchen.